Let's bring in now former Deputy Commander of U.S. European Command, retired Air Force General Charles Wald. General, always so good to see you. So we just heard from the president there for about an hour. He has given some mixed messaging on this tentative deal with Iran just in the span of a few hours. We heard him say the deal was not final. He's also said it is complete, but we could continue bombing them, of course, if they don't follow through. So what is going on here in your estimation?
Well, it's first of all, it's not very strong, but it's an MOU. It's not the final agreement, and there's several things that are even in the MOU that are problematic from my standpoint, at least militarily. Number one, the missile development by the Iranians is not addressed. Number two, they do open the Strait of Hormuz, which is a very positive thing, but also the proxy addressal is not there, i.e., giving money to Hezbollah or aid to Hezbollah and Hamas. And so those are problematic. And the other part that really bothered me, I just saw it again, was that it's a 15-year agreement that they will put a moratorium on nuclear development. That sounds a lot like a JCPOA, only it's weaker. And lastly, I'd say this: the money they're sending, or potentially sending, $300 billion, wherever that comes from, or maybe $24 billion. I understand why the Iranians need it, but they also need it to rebuild their missile and anti-aircraft capability. So I, as a military guy, would be very cautious. Lastly, I would say there's a comment in the MOU that says the United States will withdraw its military forces from the region within 30 days after the signing of the final agreement. Not a good idea. We've been in the Middle East and the GCC countries for years. We need to make sure we retain the ability to fly and fight out of there and from the ground as well. So all in all, I'd say it's weak.
So along those lines there, General, I know you mentioned that reconstruction plan, so that multi-billion-dollar reconstruction plan, $300 billion appears to be what it is. I know that the president a few times has says million. So once we get the actual wording, we'll know for sure. But Iran hawks are worried that Tehran has no intention of following through and will instead use the money to rebuild militarily, organizationally. What will it take to make sure Iran does stick to this deal?
Well, first of all, we're categorizing people as if you're a Iran hawk, it means all you want to do is bomb everybody. I don't think that's true. I think it's there are categories of people that want to have Iran held to their feet to the fire, and they've shown in the past they don't do that. But again, I think we need to have the ability to make sure the Iranians know there's pressure on them. If they don't live up to at least the MOU, there's going to be problems. I think we need to retain the right to respond inside Iran if we have to with aircraft, weapons, etc. And I think the Iranians need to know this is not a free ride. The money and release of the sanctions is problematic. I can see, Iran's going to be able to sell oil, which is fine. That's where they'll get their income. Somebody mentioned today on one of the broadcasts that the inflation rate, maybe it was the president even, that is 150, 200%. They're out of money for their people. They have an internal problem. They're looking to get out of that internal problem and look for a way out of this whole agreement. So I just do not trust them. I think we need to remain in the area, and I think we need to hold their feet to the fire.
And again, we have to continue to stress that we don't know the exact wording of it. But based on what we do know, based on what we just heard from the president, do you think in some ways, as some critics are saying, that this all ultimately gets us back to where things stood 4 months ago before the war even started?
I think it gets us back to where the JCPOA was, only it's probably even a weaker agreement than that. And again, I want this to succeed. I want the Middle East to be safe. I want Israel to be safe. I want our GCC allies to be safe. But I really have a tough time trusting the Iranians. And they're negotiators at the supreme level. And I think we need to be very careful. I wouldn't take anything away from the United States military capability to respond if we have to.
And President Trump, as we know, is saying that the Strait of Hormuz will fully reopen by Friday. Based on everything you've seen over these past 4 months, do you think we will see traffic flowing smoothly again in essentially 2 days?
Well, there's still the mine removal problem that has been discussed quite a bit. And I think there are some paths through the straits, maybe the southern part of the strait itself, that can be used. So, yeah, I think some part of the strait could be open. There's still demining to be done. But, yeah, I think the idea that it's open, just the concept of being open is going to help the economies around the world, the United States for that matter. But again, we need to keep the U.S. Navy there. It'd be nice if we could get some help from some of our allies around the world to help monitor that, because I don't see this thing running totally smoothly, even though they say it's open.
All right, so the world watches and waits. General Charles Wald, thank you.
Thanks, Nicole.